Hi guys, I hope you're all doing really well. Today I thought I'd have a bit of a chat with you about some of my most high-end skincare products and whether I think they're worth the price tag, whether I'd repurchase them. There's a few things that I have used over the years that are even more ridiculously priced than these. They're things that I've either used up and chosen not to repurchase, or used up and just haven't been able to bring myself to repurchase yet. So I'm just going to dive right in because there's quite a few and I want to sort of run through them with you. So I will start with a product that, you know, I mean, they're all very pricey, but this is a very expensive eye cream that comes in a deceivingly large bottle. So this is the Tata Harper Restorative Eye Cream. It is actually 15ml, that's 15, not 50. This bottle that it comes in makes you think you're getting quite a decent amount of product for your money. But if you imagine, you know, the sort of travel size, sample size that you get from a counter are normally 15ml, that gives you an idea that actually it could probably come in a bottle about that big. And it's £110. So, you know, there's no two ways around it, it's an expensive eye cream. Eye creams are something I've started to be willing to invest more money in. I find that at my age, I'm 28 and I've got relatively good skin. I don't have massive problem issues. I deal with a little bit of sort of dryness and dehydration. You know, have the odd spot and breakout like most people, but on the whole my skin's quite normal. And the one thing I'm really noticing is just that the skin around my eyes, I'm getting fine lines, so I wanted to up the sort of quality of the eye creams I was using, so went for the Tata Harper one, and I have seen a difference. I probably like a few of my mid-priced ones as much. I find this works really well when I'm using it in conjunction with sort of eye masks and other things, but as soon as you slack a bit, if you reduce your water, if you don't do a really good layer of hydration, those lines come straight back. But I do really like it, but I think my fine lines are quite fine, and so for somebody that has got, you know, much deeper, so maybe more like crow's feet, sorry, I hope you don't take offence by that, but it probably wouldn't cut the mustard. But I think for the initial, like people starting to notice lines, thinking that they want, you know, a bit of Botox or whatever, this would certainly do the trick. However, there are a few mid-price point ones that I do like as much for this sort of level of fine lines. So that's from Tata Harper. Then got two products from Zelans, so I'll do them back to back. So the first one is the Zelens Transformer Instant Renewal Mask. Now they changed, so the packaging used to come in a big jar, something, you know, like that, 50ml. Then they changed it to this, which was 5ml. I'm trying to, there you go. I've used 3 of them, which is depressing, but 5 mini little ones like this. And then now it's gone back to the jar of 50ml, and for 50ml it is £95. So again, very pricey face mask. I would say this is one of my favourite face masks though. They call it the red carpet face mask, and it's because you literally need it for 5 minutes and your skin just looks amazing after using it. It's not one of those where it's going to drag out loads of dirt and suddenly you're going to have a spot burn or whatever. It's one of those where you have instant results then and there, and your skin does look really different for using it. Again, pricey. I quite like the idea of these individual little tubes because it keeps the product sealed from the air rather than keep opening the lid of a jar, letting the air in, which obviously you know, diminishes the product's quality. And each one of these, they say to apply a full one to your face, but I can definitely get 2 uses out of it. So for me, with the set of 5, obviously I could get 10 uses, and I think when they reduced the quantity, this price for this set I think was 50, so it was a little bit more fairly priced, and obviously I got 10 uses out of it, so not too hideous. But to now repurchase this, it is £95, which is quite a lot. Then the second product from Zelans is this Zelens Power D High Potency Pro Vitamin D Treatment Drops. These are also £110, so you know, a pricey product. They're all dripping down the side. However, you do get 30ml. So considering this is 110 and you get 15ml, just to give you an idea. These drops I love after I've used quite a high strength retinol, so the next day I can sometimes see a bit of peeling and the retinol nasties, and this is really lovely to sort of help the skin recover. It can be used morning and night, and what they sort of say for the product is to kind of seal the goodness in and protect the bad things so the badness can't get to the skin. For me, I just think it's a really beautiful feeling treatment oil. As I say, after I've used some quite active, so the vitamin C product the day before, actually vitamin C I see peeling not the next day, the day after, and I always go in with this. And with retinol I see the effects the next day, so I go in with this. So I probably would repurchase it, but I'll come back to you. As you can see, I've not used loads of it and it is very pricey, but I have been really impressed with it since I've been using it. On the oil front, I've got two more. I've got the MV Organic Skincare Rose Plus Booster. This is probably my favourite ever oil that I've used. Like, I really do love this. It is expensive. Again, 35ml. £77, so a little bit better than the Zelens in terms of price point. I just find for me that this I can use in so many different ways. If my skin's really suffering, I'll get a really good layer of it on and go to sleep with it on as like a mask. I'll even use it in the morning, a few drops under my moisturiser to add some extra plump, or as well sort of mix into my moisturiser. And use that. Sometimes I'll even apply my moisturiser, and before I apply my makeup I add some oil to the high points of the face. I definitely got that tip from somewhere. I think it's a makeup artist called Caroline Barnes that recommended it, and said it helps the skin look more glowy. If you sort of, you know, to the height, the cheekbones, the temples of the face, it can help your face look plumper. As you start aging, your face can get slimmer, so sometimes I apply it over the top if I want a bit of extra dewiness. Sometimes I even apply a little drop into my foundation to give it a bit more hydration. So I use it in lots of different ways, but my favourite way really is just straight to the face, leave it to soak in, and then maybe put a layer of moisturiser on before I go to sleep. So I do love that, and I would definitely repurchase it. For me, it's been worth it, and it's really lasted well. You do only need a few little drops of it. Then I've got another oil, which is the Sunday Riley Lunar Sleeping Night Oil. Now this is a literally bright blue, I don't know if you can see that, coloured oil. They did claim it was the blue tansy in it that made it look blue, and it has come out that there is actually dye in this as well. This is a retinol and blue tansy oil, so you know, it's obviously designed to give the qualities that you would get from retinol. However, I find it's very gentle, and I don't see the same effects that I would from a purer form, but I do find after using it that my skin does just look beautiful and radiant the next day. So although maybe it's not doing exactly the same as a higher strength retinol, whatever it's doing is great. And you get, is it 30ml in there? 30ml again, and this is, it's either £80 or £90. I think it's 90. I think it's, I've got a feeling it's something like £89 for this. I have repurchased it. This is my second tub. Bottle. I'm not sure that I would now go in for a third, just because I've got quite a few similar products in my skincare cupboard that I need to use up, but I do really like it. What I'd also like to mention while I'm talking about Sunday Riley is Good Genes. Now I'm out of that at the moment, but that is literally on my list to be bought Friday, and that is an acid treatment, and I absolutely love that product. I really do. I think it's worth every penny. It's the same price as this, so again it's either £80 or £90, and I just think it makes my skin look great. It's a glycolic acid, so it's a brightening and exfoliating treatment, and I really can see it on my skin, so I absolutely would recommend that as part of my high-end products that I love. Lastly, I've got a product from a brand called Lindstrom. A lot of you that love skincare will have heard of this brand, but to those of you that maybe aren't as obsessed, this, you know, isn't as much of a mainstream brand as some of the other ones. And it's a brand that I really like, but all of their products are expensive. This is £68. Now, what I would say with this product is, sorry about that, I've got a dead leg. You get 200ml. I don't know if you can see. I'll do a close-up because you definitely won't see, but in here, although it's a bottle, it's actually a powder, like a powder exfoliant. And you tip a little bit of the powder. They say you can do it in a bowl, but I just tip it into my hand, add water to it, and mix it in, and it literally foams up into a big frothy, foamy mess. And you apply it to your face, and it's an exfoliant. And it is amazing. It's really messy, to the point where when I first had it I almost felt disappointed because it was just such a ball ache to use. Like, you know, it's dripping down your hand, it's going in the sink, it's expensive, so when it's going in the sink you're thinking like, no, I want to put you on my face. And then I use white flannels, so when I wash it off they're then stained, and because it's quite a strong product, it does stain the flannel, so it doesn't wash out, so they then do have a stain. So I keep a few that are specifically for this and just keep reusing those for this. But the way it makes your skin feel, it's so smooth, makeup applies so beautifully on top. It's not like using something, you know, like the St. Ives scrub or something, which just damages the skin and causes broken capillaries. No, nothing like that. Gentle exfoliation, but your skin just looks glowing and amazing after. And I've had this now, when did I get it? I think I got it for Christmas. I think Andy got me as one of my Christmas presents. And I mean, it is a big heavy black glass bottle, but I would say I've still got probably up to about here. In fact, if I hold it up to the light, can I see it's blue? No, I'm guessing about here. So it will last you a long time. In fact, it will get to the point where, unless you're using it really regularly, it will probably go out of date quicker than you can use it. So it's good value from that point of view, but obviously it's quite an outlay at the beginning, spending £70 on an exfoliator. I've got two more in here which I'll really quickly touch on, because when googling the price they weren't too bad actually. This is a really luxury cleanser that I've touched on loads of times, but actually it's only £40. I say only, but you know, we're not at the same price point as some of those things. But this is the Black Thermal Cleanser from Omorovicza. I absolutely love it. I would say this is my favourite product in there. I would recommend this and definitely say spend the money. It's just the most beautiful cleansing balm, but it's not quite on the same level. And then the Kate Somerville Goat Milk. This is a moisturiser. It comes in a little push-up lid and the product comes up through. I don't want to waste it because it's hard to get hold of in the UK. It's just a beautiful, nourishing moisturiser. It sounds awful, but it feels quite basic on the skin. I think that's the point of it. It's nothing too fancy. It's not going to cause aggravation. It's not going to break you out. It's just going to hydrate the skin. It's a real pain in the butt to get hold of in the UK. I bought this in the US. It is beautiful. I think it's because of the stupid exchange rate. I think it's $58, which makes it probably about £50. So it's quite pricey, but a beautiful moisturiser, but not going to change the world. And that's a quick roundup of all my sort of favourite picks of high-end products. I hope you enjoyed that. Please leave comments down below on any videos you'd like to see coming up in the near future. Subscribe down below, thumbs up, and I will see you next time. Bye!